Hello everybody, welcome to Marks and Marks. Today I'm going to attempt to make a pie, my own pie. Now, if you're interested in pies, check out Marks and Marks Christmas Dinner in a Pie in the title headline. You'll see me put the whole Christmas ingredients in a pie. That was a year or so ago. This time I'm going to make a bigger pie with this baking tray that is the smaller out of the two. Now, the meat I'm going to be using is some kind of Asian-style pork steaks. 3 tender pork steaks with a spicy rub and a ginger, garlic and chili sauce. Okay, got this from the co-op about 3-4 months ago. It's been in the freezer all this time. £4 down to £1.12. So picked up a bargain. There's three sort of steaks there. First thing you do, we're going to cook those in the air fryer. There we are. 1, 2, and here's the third one in the air fryer. I'm going to have to fold them over a little bit, but what I'm going to do, halfway through cooking, I'll take them out, move them around, and position them so the hot air can get to them. Okay, I'm going to put that in the air fryer for about 20 minutes. About 20 minutes on 180. That ought to do it. Alright, because we want to cook the meat before we put it in the pie. I made that mistake one time of putting, but you've got to cook everything before. Okay, so while that's cooking, I'm going to organise some veg. Alright, what I'm doing here is I'm taking a potato, cutting it up into into halves, quarters, and basically, boy, the sort of choking that meat is setting off some barbecue flavour up in the air. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to be cutting the potato up into fairly small chunks. Sugar cube sized chunks, I guess. There we go. I'll show you one in a sec. There you go. Kind of like that, because I wanted to spread them all the way through the pie. And that way, so every spoonful will get a bit of meat, a bit of potato, a bit of other vegetable. I'm going to be putting some broccoli in there, I think. What else have I got? A bit of carrot. Okay, so I want them to be small. All right, so I'm going to chop them up and wash them. Okay, now I've washed the potatoes, got all the starch out of that. I don't know if it makes any difference, but I just did it anyway because it makes the water murky anyway. So they've been chopped, washed. Bit of broccoli. Now the trick is I've got to try and estimate, right? Well, I'm going to put the pastry in there in a moment. I've got to estimate how much those 3 steaks will take up, how much room it'll take up, along with the potatoes, along with all the veg, because I want to sort of fill it. I don't want to underfill it because that'll be too much air, too much space in there. I don't want to overfill it, I won't be able to get a top on it. Alright, so it's all a guessing game. So I'm going to be putting some broccoli in there, along with some. Now the co-op have got a pretty shitty selection of vegetables. That they've sold out of all their shop brand stuff, and they got mainly, the bird's eye, the expensive stuff. So, but I managed to find some mixed vegetables. It's got carrots, it's got peas, it's got runner beans in there, I think. Anyways, you've seen it, right? Ooh dear. Okay. Okay, so that's a pretty good selection. I reckon I should better fill that up. So, next thing you do, I'm going to put some water in there and cook the veg. As you can see, I've the veg is in the bowl. I've covered it just so it covers the vegetables with water. All right. Then microwave for about high on about put it on for 5 minutes. So I think it's going to take about 10. But I'll put it on for 5, see how it's going, give it a mix, because you don't want to overdo it, it's best to underdo it. So, yeah, 5 minutes, come back in 5. Next job is I'm going to line the pan with the short crust pastry. You can get these from the co-op for about £1.25 or so, or you can get them from most shops. Anyway, I'm going to put the thing in there, but first I'm going to line it with some margarine. There we go. It's just some flora. There you go. I don't have anything to... You get some special brushes, but I'm going to use a napkin I got from the takeaway. I haven't got anything else I can use. So I'm just going to spread this around, all at the bottom, all on the sides, along the outside, inside of the pan there. It's yeah, because last time I made a pie, it kind of stuck to the inside. But all right, I'm going to get another napkin. There you go. I'm going to put this bin in the microwave for 5 minutes. The veg here. I'm going to put it back in for another 5 because the water's barely warm. I won't show you that. I'll just put it straight in. There we go. Now, oh, by the way, stick around. I'm going to show you a recipe I'm going to do with these bananas and these eggs. That'll be quite interesting for some people, I think. So stay tuned. Okay. Now this has been in the fridge for a while. It's probably better to let this defrost in room temperature for a while. But, geez, yeah, because it kind of sticks. But it's still unravel. There we go. Alright, I'm going to do that and come back. Okay, there we go. Got the pastry unravelled. The trick is now just to place this over the pan. And then just tuck it in there without breaking it up too much. There you go, because this is a big pan, so this is one roll of pastry. I've got another one just like it, which I'm going to be using as the top. If it was obviously a smaller pan, I could use the one roll. There you go, push that along the edges. Then we're going to fill the pie and put the top on. Next job, cut up the meat. I put the vegetables in for another 5 minutes. They seem to be taking quite a long time because they were frozen, you know, cooking them in a microwave. So at the moment it looks like 15 minutes. But it's still good because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether they're hot or cold, the vegetables, because they're all going to go in the pie. Okay, so cut up the pieces, basically throw them in. Find another bit of meat. There you go, cut it up into small pieces. So I want them in small bite-sized pieces, you know, because I want them to spread through the pie. There we go, that's all there is to it. So I'll load that up. There we are, all the meat's cut up. Put it in there, spread it around nice and evenly. Looking at it, mind you, there's quite a chunk of meat in there. There's quite a bit, along with the potatoes and the veg. We should get a pretty good meal out of this. Now all that's left is to put the vegetables in with the meat in the pie. Now, just a moment ago I took out half a pint of water. It's in the measuring jug. That's sitting on the side. I'll reheat that in the microwave shortly in order to make the gravy. There you go, because I want to put gravy in there because when you put it in the oven, I'm going to put it in the oven about 180 for about, you know, an hour, hour and a half, somewhere around there, you know. You don't want all the moisture leaving the pie and leaving it dry as hell. So I found with the chicken, I found with the Christmas dinner that I made in a pie, it pays to put some gravy in there. Okay. As you can see, it's not a bad guess, actually, with the amount of veg. You know, I've almost got it to the top. I'm going to put the lid on. There'll be a slight bit of area, you know, a little bit of space inside, but it's not too bad. Yeah, and you know, I mean, I used, like you saw, those little, whatever meat it was, steaks, Asian steaks. You can mix and match. You can put those steaks, you can drag any old thing out of the freezer like I just did. All right, put some sausages in there, put some pork chops in there, chopped up, of course, and you know, a little bit of pork chop, beef steak, sausages, mix of 3 or 4 different meats in this thing. You know, it's all good. Okay, now I'm going to whip up the gravy. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, like it says on the instructions. Give it a mix. I want it to be quite thick, this gravy. I don't want it to be too thin because it'll just settle at the bottom of the pie. In fact, I'm going to put this in the microwave just for a moment. Alright, the gravy is done. Giving it a good mix. It's not too thick, not too thin. It's, you know, it's around in the middle. Alright. Just going to pour that in there. Not bad, and that'll help keep the moisture in there. Next thing you do, I'm going to be putting the lid on there. Oh, on that one. Call it the lid, the top. Yeah, there you go. Same as before with the base. Just roll it. Just roll it out. And it's not easy. Okay, there we are, just like before. Try and get the pastry off of the thing without it breaking. Place it on the top. There you go, flatten it down. Find my knife. And then just trim around the edges, alright? Flatten it on the sides there. Just take the dull end of the knife. Don't use the sharp end. You'll mess up your knife. Okay, and just in a pointy downward motion. You don't have to put any pressure on there at all. Just gently. There you go. And if you're inclined, you can always put some little patterns on here and whatnot. In fact, I'm going to put some holes in here. I don't know whether this is going to do any good. It'll just let the steam out, I guess. I don't know. I've seen people do it. I don't know. All right. Yeah, gather up your excess here, and this is where you can you know, decorate it with different patterns and stuff. Right. The temperature's 180. I'm going to put this in the middle of the oven for about, you know, I don't know, an hour and a half-ish. I've got no idea. I'm going to keep an eye on it after about an hour, see how it's doing, but it's most likely going to be, you know, hour and a half-ish. And here we are, an hour and a half later. Right, try and get hold of this. Right. It is very brown. Right, let's go cut it open. Right, time to plate it up. Now, it seems... That's the trouble with these pies, they don't seem to... oh, yeah. Okay, well, it seems... The top seems to come up alright. Now, what I'm going to do, because the base didn't come out with it, I'm going to take the insides of the pie, put it on the top, get a bit some of that moisture going in there. It seems to stick around the sides of the tray, but that's okay. Anyway. Right. Save the rest for breakfast, probably. Okay, let's give it the taste test. Now, I'll admit, looking at the viewfinder over here, it doesn't look all that appetizing, but let's give it a go. Actually, a bit of pastry tastes okay. Tastes like steak, as you might imagine, because there's steak meat in there. But the pastries infuse the flavour of the steak. bit of potato here. Not bad at all. You got everything you want in there. It could do with a little bit more gravy on the top after it's cooked, you know, because you remember I put in a half a pint before it cooked. Very nice. The vegetables are done to perfection. Even the potatoes, the pastry. I mean, it looks a bit dark around the edges, but the pastry that's sort of regular shade brown is crispy, very nice. There you have it. Very easy to make. There you have it. One very nice pie. Big dinner. I might get rid of some of this dark pastry. It looks a bit too dark and dried out, but the rest of it looks fine. That's what I'm going to be having for my dinner. And like I say, you know, I've used chopped up steak, but it's one of those kind of things where if you want to clear out your freezer, you can use any kind of red meat, you know. You could put in, like here, a bit of steak, add to that a pork chop, add to that some sausage, add to that bit of duck, whatever you have floating around in the freezer. 3 or 4 meats, 3 or 4 vegetables. Really good. Alright, there you have it. There's the PO box. It's been reopened. It's good until January 21, which is about 2.5 months from now. So you got 2.5 months. If you want to send in your pictures of Old Boggy or Papa Lazaru, send them in. Send in your fan mail. Send in your request for shout outs, anything you like, either in an envelope or put it on the back of a bit of scrap cardboard. Send it in, you get a shout out, and stamps will go to the dog charity over here, just like the last one. This is actually good. There you have it. Alright. Thank you for watching.